Hush. Ma'am. Excuse you. Honey. Honey, come. Who you barking at? Who you barking at? Okay? Why are you barking? Who are you barking at? Honey. Honey. You're being a witch. Why are you being a witch? Hi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello. I'm making chicken. One second. We're making Italian wedding soup. So, right now, I'm preparing my ingredients. And so right now, I am getting ready to, yes, make the meatballs for the Italian wedding soup. So right now, there's breadcrumbs that are in the oven. I got fresh bread at the grocery store this morning. And so I'm drying out some breadcrumbs. And I know, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna cut the onion. So how are you doing? Sorry, I was concentrating. I was focusing. Gotta make sure, you know, when a knife is in your hand, you gotta focus. But right now, I'm getting the onion ready to dice it. So what I like to do is I like to cut the onion in half. You want to leave some of this nub untouched, right? And so we're taking off our dead skin and cutting the little dead nub off the end. Right, take off the dead skin. All right. Okay. And so now you have the onion already naturally has layers. So the way that we're going to dice our onion is that we're going to work with the design, our natural organic design of our onion. So what we're going to do first is we're going to cut it, but we're going to keep the nub. We won't cut all the way through. We're going to keep the nub. So we're going to like cut from here down, here down. So we're going to cut down, keeping our nub. And then when we come to dice, we cut this way, it already comes out diced. So you'll see. So first we cut. There we go. Okay. So today we're making soup because it's starting to get cold in the Bay Area. So right now we're gonna sorry, I'm trying to keep the phone from falling over and also not cutting myself. But I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay. All right, there we go. You can see better. Okay, so okay. So now I take and I kind of cut with the curvature of the onion. But again, you're leaving your nub untouched. You're not cutting all the way through. You're not doing that. You're just cutting and leaving the nub. So I come in and I cut with the curve. Come in, I cut with the curve. Come in, cut with the curve. Come in. And the onion even has lines that you can almost use as your guide to cut down those lines. Nature is smart. Nature is magical. So then cut through. And you want to be careful with your fingers. So now cut. So now, see, we have all that, but it's still connected by the nub because it's still easier to handle, right? So now we take it, we go the other way, very carefully. Again, be careful with your fingers. I mean, look at that. Ta-da! So, we'll keep cutting up our little onion carefully. We continue to be very careful. But see, ta-da! Look at that. And then, when you get to the top, I like to then turn it on its side, and then I just kind of trim off the little bits that are still kind of pre-cut for us. And you get all that yummy onion off of there. Again, be careful with your fingers. And see? We have our nub. So now we're going to do that with the other half of our onion. Okay, so we're going to put this in our little container. do that again with our other half. Thank you. Have a great day. All right, so again, we're gonna keep our nub and we're gonna cut down our down our onion with our knife, down using kind of like the circumference as much as possible. Obviously, as you go around, it gets harder, but it's relatively easy. So again, we keep the nub untouched and we kind of come around with the curvature of the onion. And I like to hold, you don't hold your knife just by the blade. By the handle. You want to have a little bit of control of your blade. So I like to hold it like that to keep control of the blade, so it's not just going all over the place. Okay, so now we're going to take our knife again. We've cut it this way. Now we're going to go this way. Not like this, like this. And we'll have the rest of our diced onion. So take our onion very carefully, because you want to keep it together, because we have all these little bits. It's like a blooming onion almost that we're dicing. So we're taking our little blooming onion bits, threads, and very carefully dicing them. Very carefully. Careful with all your cute little fingers. We don't want to lose any cute little fingers. My fingers are too cute. And see, when I get about there, I turn it on its side. It's starting to get a little thin. So I turn it on its side, but I still have scores, and you still have all those onion layers. So I just start coming from here. And then I come back over here. And then one last time on its side. And we just kind of trim away the little edges. And this is for soup, so we don't need like a super pretty dice, right? Like, our onions don't have to be like super pretty. It's a rough dice because it's for a soup, right? Okay. So now we take the rest of our onion, put it in there. Okay, so now this was, that's our breadcrumbs. So that's our breadcrumbs. So we're gonna let those cool down. Hi. Okay, so next, the recipe doesn't call for shallots, but I really like shallots. I love that. I don't cook a lot. I like to bake more than I like to cook. So I have to be careful when I cut, because if not, I'll cut myself. And I don't want to cut myself. I'd rather be slow and precise and gentle instead of fast. But if I cooked all the time, I'd probably be faster. I'm a much better baker than I am a cook. But that's why you have to practice. And so this is me practicing. But it is soup season, and I haven't made this recipe since last year about this time. So it's been a minute since I made it. But yeah, we're going to add some shallots to it because I love shallots. So we're going to take all of our little dead bits off of our shallots. But I love that for you that your mom is such a good cook. You're very lucky. That's a blessing to have a mom in your life that cooks for you. I am making Italian wedding soup. So right now I'm preparing all of my ingredients. We're going to be making the soup base and the meatballs. So for the meatballs, I got fresh bread this morning. So we just dried out some breadcrumbs in the oven so that we can have fresh breadcrumbs for our meatballs. And right now I am preparing vegetables for our soup base. So that's what we're doing right now. Trying to get this shallot to release itself from itself. There we go. There we go. That's one. Okay, so we have our cute shallot, and I'm just gonna roughly cut it and add it to our onion. So same thing, it has a nub, so we're gonna cut 4 times long ways, and now we're gonna cut it the short way. And like that, we have our nub. Get rid of it. And we have our shallots. Same thing for our bigger piece. We're going to 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, 5. So we were able to do 5 cuts long ways, and now we'll cut it this way. Our little nub. And we have our shallots. Ta-da! Okay, so now, next, we're going to prepare. We need our carrots sliced. We have some carrots. So I'm going to wash them really quick. Okay. Now, trim off our ends. I forget, you don't move the knife, you move the produce. I'm a little quiet today. Had a pop-up event yesterday. So I was talking to all kinds of people out on the street in Oakland, which was really nice. The weather was nice. I got some people to sign up to my mailing list. Got some people to subscribe to the YouTube, which, by the way, hi, I'm MeMeCherry. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to hit subscribe. I like to go live and bake, sometimes cook. I also like to work on little rhinestoning projects. I also have a podcast. It's called Series of Fortunate Events that you can find on this channel. And yeah, it's a fun little time over here. I like to be positive. I like to share a little bit of joy. I feel like the world can be a dark and scary place, and I just try to be a place, a little spot on the internet that people can just be nice and cozy. I mean, and I like to have fun too, don't get me wrong, but you know, we can joke around, we can roast each other, but I feel like you have to lead with love. Love comes first. Then you can do all the other stuff. But we need more love in this world. And so that's what I try to bring. And I feel like food is the most common language that we have in the world, because you could sit across from a complete stranger and not speak the same language, but you could share a meal together. And so there's power and comfort in food. And so I've really been enjoying expanding my content into this food angle, because it feels like something that everybody can relate to. Okay, so we have our onions diced. We have our shallot diced. We have our 3 carrots sliced. So now we're going to take 2 celery stalks, 2 stalks of celery, if we can ever get it out. Okay, 1 stalk, 2 stalk. Okay. Gonna have to make some tuna this week. Use up that celery. Okay, I'm gonna clean up the celery because it has a little grime on it. Okay, cute. So we're gonna trim off this ugly edge. Not ugly, just not an edge that we're gonna use. The edges we don't use. Okay. So again, with the celery, we come down the middle of the rib, give it a split down the middle, middle down the rib, split down the middle, and that is our celery. Cute. Okay. Now, we have our onion, we have our carrots, we have our celery stalks, we have chicken stock and chicken broth, we have white wine there, 1/4 cup fresh dill chopped, 1/4 cup fresh dill chopped, 1/4 cup you say, 1/4 cup you say. It's a third. Where's the 1/4? That's the big one. Where's the 1/4? There it is. Okay. Okay. So let's see how much fits into a 1/4 cup, and then we'll chop it up. And even then, I think just this, breaking it up like this, is most of it, really. So we need to fill up this with fresh dill. So I know I've seen some hacks of like running it through like a grater, like a cheese grater. Where is it? Let's see, is this gonna work? Let's see if this works. I feel like I remember seeing this, but I feel like dill is really soft. Is this gonna work? No. Is it this one? That's too little. Wasn't there something I saw? Yeah, no. Nope, not today. Honey. All right, we'll just do it by hand. Little by little, because I really don't want the stem. We just want the little dill bits, you know? The little dill bits. The little bits of dill, you know? Honey, come here. Honey, come. Honey, come. Honey, come here. Honey, come. Who are you barking at? Why are you barking? Who are you barking at? Hmm? Who's out there? Or are you just having fun? Are you just gossiping? Are you alerting or are you gossiping? That sounded like a gossip bark. You were out there gossiping. Who you gossiping with, girl? Who you telling all our business to? The little dogs up the way? Oh, well, this is going to take a minute. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Feel free to say hi in the chat. I do sometimes kind of hyper-focus a little bit and concentrate a little hard, but I do try to look up and say hi and see what's going on in the chat. So feel free to say hi. If you just got here, I'm making Italian wedding soup. And right now I'm just preparing all of our ingredients for our meatballs and for the soup base. And I'm actually making like a big batch of soup so that I can freeze some of it. And that way it's ready to go, especially as the mornings get colder. I don't know, there's something like I love when it's really cold in the morning. I love soup for breakfast. And like this is my favorite one to have for breakfast because it's so warm and cozy and like hearty but light. Like it's still light enough to like go get you about your day, and you know, it has veggies in it, it has protein in it, it has the broth. It's just such a great way to start like a winter morning. And not that we're in winter because it's barely autumn, but it is getting cold over here in the Bay Area. And my little Puerto Rican bones, I don't like it. I don't like it the cold. I don't like it at all. So we're still trimming our little dill. We're about a little more than halfway full in our 1/4 cup measurement. Get some bigger ones going. But yeah, yesterday was fun. I had my first Whisper Lounge pop-up. A few people got on camera and gave me their little secrets. That was fun. So now I think what I'm gonna do is, while the weather is still nice before the actual winter comes and the rain comes, I'm gonna see if during the weekend I can just go pop up at like Lake Merritt or at a park somewhere, and do the setup of the Whisper Lounge and invite people to share their little secrets or their gossip with me. It'd be so fun. I really hope. I like the idea. People like the idea. It's also interesting. Oh, that reminds me. So one thing I learned yesterday, one thing people struggle with, like some people do want to be honest and they want to get on camera and they want to share, but then they get stuck on like, well, what do I share? What do I share? I don't know. And so I realized yesterday that maybe having like a bowl with prompts, like prompt questions, would be good to have, because then that way it gets the juices flowing and it gets people thinking. So yes, I think that's part of what I need to do for the next version, is have like prompt questions ready. I also need to print out QR codes because I was offering people free treats. I baked for the last few days and I was offering people free treats, free with a clause, in exchange for either a secret or some gossip, or even if they just subscribed to the YouTube channel or signed up to my mailing list, they could have a little free treat. And people stopped by the booth. It was so cute. And it was a very simple booth. Like I had like the most simple stripped down version one could have. But yeah, and like, ooh, maybe this is like, maybe that would be something worth going back to DragCon for, or doing some kind of convention booth. Okay, but properly setting it up so that people could be anonymous. Okay, so we have our breadcrumbs that are now cool. So let's pulse. Oh no, this is wet. Let's not use that. That needs to dry. So let's use this baby and this baby. Let's take this, put it over here, put that over there, plug this in. Uh-oh, my phone's about to die. Oh no! Okay, well, my phone's about to die. I need to charge my phone. Oopsie. This isn't, I don't know. I'm also feeling a little low energy right now. I feel like last night was great, but I also, in the future, if I'm doing a big pop-up like that, I need help. It was hard breaking down last night and not having any help. So I am a little tired. I can feel it right now. I'm a little low energy. So I think what I'm gonna do is log off for today and just focus on finishing this soup, and then maybe going for like a cozy little swim and just taking it easy for the rest of the day. But I'll be back. I'm gonna come back live this weekend. Probably do some rhinestoning. I have a Labubu that I need to finish rhinestoning for one of my friends. So I'll come back on live probably tomorrow morning or Sunday morning to finish rhinestoning the Labubu. Then I have another Labubu that I am covering in Swarovski crystals that I need to finish. So I'll probably go live and do that. And then maybe a little baking over the weekend. Maybe try a new recipe. So I'm gonna just recharge a little bit today so that I can come back this weekend a little more energized. I'm usually a little bit more high energy and a little more bubbly when I go live, and I can just feel myself. Like I'm tired. It's been a long week. But I'm gonna finish cooking for my future boyfriend, because this is why I want to start cooking more, because, you know, trying to be a good little girlfriend. Anyways, I'll see you all soon. Have a great day. Bye.